this is obviously going live. So whoever's with me now, great. And if you're watching it in a replay, stay around. You might learn something. Right, who do we have with us tonight? Let's put you up here. Well, no, we'll keep you down here actually, because we are having an issue with the good old Techno. Keeps eating servos. This is the second one of these it's done. Was it the third one? No, one of them just packed up. So this is the second one it's eaten the gears on. It's eaten some gears on the DS servos that I have. I'm going to give it one last chance. I've got some replacement gears for this one we're going to put in there tonight. Give it one last chance. I'm going to try and back off this servo saver a bit because it could be that it's just too tight. And if that gets chewed up again with the gears, then there's only one thing left for it, and that's to put an expensive servo in there. And I don't like spending money on servos. I like cheap and cheerful. But I think when it comes to technos with racing and goodness knows what else, sometimes you just need to spend the money. Sometimes it sucks, but you know. We put an expensive one in the XRT, and I did think about taking that one out of there and putting it in here, but might be a bit too powerful for this. So we'll see. We'll give it one more shot. I've got this one that just packed up, I think the POS or whatever it is, packed up on this one. So the gears are good in this one. These are supposed to be good servos. I was recommended these. The first one broke when Jack landed it off of a huge jump. And I don't know whether you can see that, but he basically punched it all the way through and killed that servo. So I can't blame the servo on that, but I have had the gears out of that one, stole the gears out of that one once. This one here just stopped working. I'm not sure whether they're waterproof or not, but it got a bit wet when we went to Hertz and went for a really big muddy puddle, and then it stopped working. So maybe they're not waterproof, or not that waterproof. So we'll get the gears out of that, put it in that, and give it a go. So who do we have with us tonight? Gary saying spend more money, simples. Yes, I know. I'm tight though. Ask the boys and they'll tell you I'm tight as old boots. Evening, we've got Dan, Cotswold Mike, evening, Mike Bird, hi, how are you? Jay Nichols, hi. Gary, spend more money, yes. Scott Ward, Buzzman, hi. I think you're new to live stream, aren't you? Don't recognise your name. If you have been here before, I do apologise. Jean, evening, Stu. RPRC can help, yeah. We'll see. I've heard, I'm talking to a few people and they say these technos do eat servos. Don't know why. Don't know. Well, I think it's because the servo savers are just a bit too tight, so we might have a little look at that. To be honest with you, the boys were driving it last Sunday. Didn't really film it, with just having a bit of a laugh. We filmed the XRT going around, but not this. And I wasn't watching all the time, and who knows what they were doing with it. When I got to drive it, it was driving and then the steering just packed up. So it could be that they were launching it a bit harder than what I normally would. Mark Watson, evening. You sorted your 30 degree north out. Who else we got? We've got Fred, Vapor, Noah. Wait, now what servo have you got in your ET48? Cree, how are you? It's eating the teeth. So, long and short of it. The long and short of it, it's eaten some teeth. I will show you. Well, I think it's the teeth it's gone anyway. What do we have? Stuff 4S in there. Power on.
Welcome to Noble.
That's powered on. Power on. pretty sure it's the gears. I'm hoping it's the gears, otherwise...
Signal lost.
Oh, shush. Otherwise, I have got to put in
Down.
a new servo, which I will take out the XRT. But you know, if we can't get this working tonight, then that'll be tomorrow's job, because I think it'll be too much to do tonight. Am I getting the FTX 4s? I certainly hope to be. I'm having a bit of a to and fro with FTX at the moment. I did ask them to see if they'd send me a review model, but they say they don't do review models, which I know is an absolute crock. Because otherwise, how would Tomley have his? And then I asked them if they're going to be doing the DR8 version 2, which they said is already out. It's just the red one, which it's not. There is a DR8 version 2, which they seem to know nothing about, interestingly enough. There's also a buggy, a truggy and 2 monster trucks that line come in, all based again on the DR8 platform, and they're not planning on doing those. So, and now they're ignoring my emails. I've asked them politely and said, can you confirm when the DR8 V2 is coming out? Is it coming out? And they're ignoring my emails now. So take of that as you will. The good news is for the guys in America, you will be getting them all, because Kimberly Sanchez, or Kimberly, for her surname now, is going to be selling them all under the FS line. So whilst you guys haven't been able to get them, you're going to be able to get more than what we used to get. My servos are great, all from RPRC, plus you can rebuild them. Haven't done that yet. Well, I can rebuild this one, but which ones have you got, Stu? Which ones do you get from RPRC? Amazon especially mine, 35 kilo, I think. Had it in there for almost a year, no problems. It's not one of these, is it, Noah? Not one of those Amazon specials, 35 kilos. You haven't driven, I mean, to be fair with you, you haven't really driven your Techno though, have you? What's my thoughts on the Kraken Vessla? It looks good. Certainly looks very good. Not cheap though, is it? My golly. Is it 1,600 quid? Yeah, it died at ARC. Servo's done, yes. Yes, slash. Unfortunately, it is done. We'll replace the lossy version. Yeah, it's definitely the lossy version, Mark, and this is what makes me laugh when you're seeing some of these YouTubers putting these huge brushless systems in their 30-degree norths and running them and saying that they don't break. Maybe they've been lucky, but everyone I know that's got a 30-degree north, as soon as they put any sort of power through it, those diffs blow up. So either they're changing the diffs and not telling people, or they're being very lucky. But everyone I know that ran a 30-degree north, as soon as they went away from stock power, and even on stock power, they blew the diffs up. Kevin, evening. Going for a walk with the dog. Ooh, have me with you. Sounds like the output gear, they can be rotated 180 degrees if you remove the pin. Yeah, I'm just going to put those ones in. Bars and Tone, hi, how are you doing? 41RC, nom 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 yummy servos. Yeah, I did set the endpoints and backed off the servo save. Maybe I'll back off the endpoints a bit more. Warm beach, yeah. For that, yeah, I'm jealous, Bars. What beach are you on? Daytona, isn't it, or not? Does look good. I've been in touch with Tom Lee. Says it drives nice. Just probably needs a better servo and the gyro turned off. Evening, Greg. Only for bashing, I'll back the steering off. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that. Evening, CSLRC Lawn. How are you? And then we've got Samba Go Go. Eating burger and chips. I'd rather it did eat burger and chips. Yeah, you see, I've run the Techno 10 times in the last 3 weeks. It's been out every week. Power HD servos came in for the 5T, for throttle and brake. Eventually, I'll put the... Okay, they've turned up, have they? Yeah, I think they're out of stock on Banggood now. Hello, Charlie. RP18R servos from RPRC. I will have a look at those, see how much they are. Blue Armour Creighton, hi. Thank you for loving our content. I'm glad you do. And thank you for joining the live stream. I think this is the first time you've been on live as well, isn't it? Hit that little like button. Yeah, that little one down there that I haven't hit myself yet, so I will do that. Right. First thing I've got to... Can I just take these two screws off and pop that off? Or have I got to take all of them off to get the top off? I think I'm going to take them off and them off to get the top off, which means the whole servo's got to come out. Well, not too bad a thing, because that way I can get to the servo saver a bit more as well and have a look at that. If not, I might take the whole front off and look at that servo saver. Just make sure it's not too tight or too loose. Minus 26. Oh, that is a bit chilly. That's plastic breaking stuff, that is. Evening, Rob. How are you? You've put 1100 max 5 in it. Yeah, they are crazy. You've gone belt driven or mod 1.5 gears? Or you're still on the you're still on the mod 1 gears? Yeah, very, very, very wise, Joyce. Very wise indeed. And I think, you know, that the 30-degree norths are good buys. You just need to be aware that you're probably going to need to change the gears, the drivetrain on it. The actual plastics and the chassis and everything else like that are fine. The wheels are fine on it. The engine, yeah. But most people, if they're going to do anything, probably go up from a Zenua G32 anyway. As I thought, I do need to undo all of them. And this one here, if you're wondering what happened to this one, this one just went all a bit blur. So if we do that, plug that, plug that. The gears on this one I think are fine.
Welcome to Noble.
It's just vibrating and getting rather warm in my hand. You can see that or not. And getting warm, so
Signal lost.
I think the
Shutting down.
the pont, whatever it is, the POS, whatever you want to call it, has gone on that one. Mod 1 at the moment, I stripped the gear, Mod 1.5 to go in, yeah. David Manson, hi, how are you? Team Cobra RC Cars, evening. Yeah, I did back it off a bit after I chewed off the last one. I'm going to back it off a bit more, just as long as it's not too loose and I'll get all sloppy steering. Talking to a couple of people, they say that the Technos are known for whatever reason eating servos. So I've ordered some more replacement gears for this type of servo. So if it doesn't work and we chew gears, I've got some more coming in. I'll take it out of there and I'll probably put an AGF RC servo in there and see what happens with that. And hopefully that doesn't get gear, because these are stainless steel gears, so these should be all good. Oh no, this one's chewed gears as well. Oh no. That one's... This one has chewed a gear, look, right there. So, that ain't the solution for tonight then, is it? You can see that has chewed a gear though, look. Big time. Maybe that's all that's wrong with this one. Chewed a gear. And that's why can't turn. If I put a new gear in it, maybe it'll work.
Welcome to Noble. Signal lost. Signal lost.
Oh shush. Oh, it's still spinning out.
Receiver voltage low. Signal
Oh,
lost.
shush.
Signal lost.
It's going to wind me up now, isn't it? Which means, what to do now? Do we put that 35 kilo one in, which isn't as fast? No, definitely. No, that servo is dead.
Receiver voltage low. Signal lost.
Which is rather annoying.
Shutting down.
I'll have a look then, Gary. We'll pop it open and see what we can say. Remove the limit pin and rotate the output gear 180. It's only there to protect the pot. No, we're not bashing. We don't really bash this one, Stu. That's the thing about it. That's what winds me up, is we're really not bashing it hard. I don't know which tooth. Oh, you're talking about if it's this one. Actually, we might be okay, because it might not be this gear that's gone in there. It might be one of these gears that's gone in there, in which case I can replace it still. Just because it's that gear that's gone on here, doesn't mean it's that gear that's gone on there. And that gear that's gone on there might not be that gear that's gone on here. So I might still be able to use the gears from here into there. So we've got to whip the servo out anyway, so we'll whip that out and have a look. Right, what have I missed? I don't think the stock tyres will hold. I've got a 30, no I don't, no Charlie, they definitely won't hold. I've got 30 my 30 degree north. Is Truggy? Yes, it's this ET48 2.0 poo tube. Great name, love that. You have to list that. Yeah, I'm going to Team Cobra. Don't worry. I'm going to back it right off. Absolutely, the great on to spend, even going for the Taylor RC parts. Yeah, I mean that's the thing I do like about the fish scales. They're not super expensive, really, in relative terms to what you're paying for armours and Traxxas. I don't know. I think it might just be the servo saver's too tight. Stu. Oh, gold max. Sounds good. Sounds interesting. Right. Oh, I've got to be a bit careful because I've got broken ribs at the moment. They hurt. When you break your ribs, they hurt. Eclectic Electric. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm going to do those as well, haven't we? I need to get to the optician, start being able to see again as well. So many things that I need to do. Right, I'm going to take them off the top here, look. If my memory serves me correctly, the only problem with this is you do need to undo everything underneath still to get the servo actually out. I'm going to pop you guys down here actually. Earthquake. Only so you can see a bit better. Is that better? Probably don't want that tyre in the way though, do you? You don't know, do you? This screw one done, don't drop the washers, which you're going to. There's so many things I say I hate doing in RC cars, but diffs, servos, electrics, all those sort of things, yeah, they come top of the pile. Who's the female assistant? The female assistant is my controller, the FlySky Noble MB4. She will talk to me now. Look.
Welcome to Noble.
Shut
Shutting down.
Bet say again, I'm both putting money on it. Don't say that, Gary. Never had a servo go on me, must be very lucky. Depends what you're doing with it, Vapor. This one, it just, we don't go through many servos, which is why I normally don't spend a lot of money on them. Love the Traxxas XRT, David. Think it's a great, great car. It's a bit expensive for what it is, but that's Traxxas all over and it's armour all over for you. No, because it's a high voltage, it's an 8.4, it can take 8.4 volts and the ESC is only set to 7.4. It's the teeth it's chewing through. Yeah, stainless steel isn't, it probably needs to be brass, doesn't it? Or maybe the drone that got hit in mid-air. Yeah, it might be, Mark, it might well be. Callum, there were some drones flying around Ark at the weekend and Callum was doing the triple and he took one of them out, totaled the drone, smack on the front. So maybe that did it, I don't know. As I said, I didn't see everything the boys were doing with the car, so it could have been the way they were doing it. Might have cleaned the lens. I've got more lighting in it as well, Gary. That might help. Yeah, so I keep eating the Techno keeps eating servos, but in fairness, I'm not putting expensive. I haven't really. I mean, these are the most expensive ones I've put in here. These jobbies here. Again, you still need to, in order to get to that wire, you still need to take the whole thing out, which is really annoying. Take that, and that out. Which is annoying to say the least. So I was going to say his Techno keeps eating servos as well. I'll whip open the other one as well. So I thought I took the gears out of that, but maybe I didn't. I will check the other one and see what gears have gone on that. Have you sold that ollie mat yet, Si? Evening, Steve's RC. GRURC, how are you? Or Guru? You pronounce it Guru? Or GRURU? Hi, Chris Hall. Antigua, very nice indeed. Is it nice and warm there? Mehmet, Tommy, feel told that you will be racing. I'm looking forward. Might be. Depends when it is, because it's not near me. And I certainly won't be racing what they're racing. We don't have any carpet tracks near us to warrant going and spending the best part of 500 quid on a car we'd only raced once with. So we will probably just race with the Ralo 1/12 scale against their 1/10. So that could be fun. Just putting a 25 servo in my Helium and Victus. Only way to blood centre do it, so it still won't work. Oh no, Steve, that's not good, is it? No, that's not good. Cheap servos are far too expensive when the cost of day's racing. Yes and no, Gary. I always take more than one car. So wherever we go, if one car breaks, and we don't go out with a vision of breaking a car, but a lot of the time we do break cars, although we've been pretty good recently. We always take more than what we need. So I will have, if I'm going out with this, I have the TLR Typhon, I have the XRT, or I have the X-Max, I'll have the Lossy. I will have a fleet of cars with me, so that if one does break, I've not driven all the way without a car. I always spend a full £10 record server. That's not normally what I do. I normally just put those DS3225s in. These good little jobbies. I like these little servos. For bashing, they seem to do the trick. You know, they're strong enough, they're fast enough, and they're like 10 quid a pop if you buy them in bulk. So, and we don't break many of them, if I'm being honest. How do you get out a stripped out tight screw? Depends what it is. where it is. If it's stripped out, cut a slot in it if you can with a Dremel. So cut a slot across there with a Dremel and then put a flathead screwdriver and get it out that way. And that's how I normally do it. No mate, not yet, no rush, it's in the box in the loft. Oh, hang on, okay. No, just, there might, if I hear of anyone that's after one, I'll let you know. It's just a shame it's not the, shame it's not the noisy one. I'd have had that off of you. And this is where I start getting wound up now because lots of little screws everywhere. Out you come. Let's have fun with that. A little screw that fell off in there somewhere. And oh no, it's going to be sitting right under that motor, isn't it, somewhere? Yep. Annoying. Right. Bing. So the horn off. Right. So Gary thinks it'll be the same gear. I'm kind of hoping it's not. But only one way to find out, and that is to crack it open and have a look. This is only coreless, so it's not even a brushless one, whereas the one I've got in the XRT is brushless. And I'll probably need to step up to a good quality servo for this, if I'm being brutally honest with myself. Stop cheaping out. Let's have a look. Ooh, I don't know, Gary. Is it even the gears? Maybe it's something else that's gone. Certainly sounds like the gears were gone. Rather than doing it quickly on there, we are going to my trusty servo checker. Oh, I just fried that. Oops. I'm hoping I didn't just fry it. Just smoked a little bit. Smells a bit toasty. So, and that's not moving it at all, so I might have fried that. Okay. Oh yeah, that smells proper toasty. Lucky I've got another one of these, whether I've killed it or not. Killed something in it, because it's raw. Yeah, that smells horrible. So I killed the servo. It wasn't really wet though. I haven't driven it in the wet. Right. We'll catch up with some comments. What work? I'm trying to fix the servo in this Techno ET 48 2.9. Racing is not important, or how well is the race. It will be nice to see loved YouTubers together. Yes, that's true. And I hope to get up there. It just depends when it is. I haven't met Tommy yet. Spoken to him, you know, messaged him and talked to him, etc. But I've never met him. And they did go to the drift place last week. Which I could have gone to meet him up with him there. Thought that was Servo you broke at Arc and got angry with last week. It is the Servo, Toby, yes. Evening, Adrian, how are you? Griffey. Steve still got his Maverick Scout crawler to take out. Good. Well, that absolutely stinks. Hate the smell of that. Why do you want it noisy though? Because I've got a quiet one side, and I've got the Samba quiet one, and I really want to replace the Victory RC one because it's got a hole in it where we were jumping it at Fan Jam. No, no, it's not. I'm here. I'm here. It just eats servos. Bit of water got in the front. I don't think it did, Griffey. Oh, Rob's got an actual Yeti that keeps destroying servos as well. Yeah, this isn't that hard. I think it does have O-rings. Yeah, it does have O-rings. They're there. I just don't want to take them off. But it does have an O-ring there. It does have an O-ring down there. It is sealed there, but I don't think it's IP67. Let's put it that way. Maybe it is. Just doesn't say that it is. So, anyway. Right, let's see what happens this time.
Welcome to Noble.
Before I take everything apart. Ah, it's top gear there, look. See it?
Receiver voltage low. Signal lost.
It's a different gear. Yes! Yes! It's that top gear, look. This one here. Got tube there. You see that? Which means we can fix it. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Did we also get chewed off here? No, I think we're good there still. Don't know what grease they use though. Here we go. That should be jubbly lovely. Yeah, I can see the tooth there. Do I have to find them? I suppose I do, don't I? Otherwise it's only going to chew up the rest of the servo. And I just want to make sure I remember how everything goes and then what grease to use. I think I was going to just put it back together. How many teeth do we miss? Quite a few. Do you not think they just got ground into a paste? You think they're in there somewhere, do you, Gary? That's boring. Come on. I'm going to get that one off, it doesn't want to come off. That pin came right out there. I must be able to take that pin out and then take that gear out. Can't see any teeth there. Glue the teeth back on the spur on the gear, says Dan. Yeah, it will be louder, but I want something which is loud, but you know, we've got the sample which is quiet, and I just want something else which is loud. And I have, you know, a couple of guys have got the Ollie mats, and I'd like to get an Ollie mat. I'd have got an Ollie mat if they'd have been in stock when I needed one, but they weren't, which is really annoying. And the only ones we could get were the Victory RC ones, which is what it is. But then again, I'd have been even more annoyed if I'd have broken an Ollie mat one at Fam Jam. That would have proper wound me up. And that did go in there. Why is it not going in now? Come on. I'm going to push it back a bit because it's... Come back. That go under the fridge. They would not be happy with you. Strange. Well, I could take that off and now it won't go back on. But it should go back on there. Oh no. I'm being stupid now, aren't I? Because we're the other way around. This one goes on there. Like thus. Then this one goes on. Come on. Like thus. And then that one goes on. Right. Let's just check it out. Oh, my back is hurting. I'll put a little bit, I'll put some marine grease on it, I think. We're checking the top. Nah, not a lot in there. Might be some of that though. We're talking, checking the top for the grease, or checking the top for the gears. Yeah. I'll clean that out as well. Good point. We don't want the eating up in there, do we? It's a bit catching up. Chris Gittins, evening, how are you? Favourite is the first gear, it's not often plastic. No, it's not plastic on this one, it is all metal, stainless steel apparently. Buggies and Truggies, what's up, how are you? Darren will fix it. 35 kilo DS servo. So far I'm loath to put anything expensive in it as I don't want to throw it another one. Yeah, I do know what you mean, Rob. Oh, you saw the smoke as well. Something fried on it, I don't know what though. Paul, evening. Good service lasts longer, but no way 5 times longer. So, yeah, those DS3225s, I haven't been through that many of them. I mean, I got them in all the Creighton, the DR8. Did have it. This did eat one. What else have I got them in? I've got them in most of the cars, to be brutally honest with you. Italian, Callum's Notorious. All those cars have got one in it. Adrian can hear me now. Hi. LMT is the biggest seat. I bet it is. Don't know, Adrian. May well be on the 12th because I think both the boys are working on the 12th, so I might well be there. Yes. Dave, this motor servo is really great so far, only really fast and being actually under 5 inches of water still rocking. Okay, I will have a look at that, Griffey, when I'm on my PC. Oh no, I bet that hurt, stabbing yourself with a body reamer. Lucky boy now, finally. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, we are way back, aren't we? Noodles and soup and everything. It does, Steve, it does. Red meat, well, yes and no. My experience so far has been that the budget servo has been good for me, but this may just be too much car for a budget servo. We will give it a go and we'll see where it goes. Techno Dexter, what do I think of the F Quantum Flux R as a chassis for a speedrun car? Yeah, it should do good. It's not going to be, you're never going to get the same sort of speeds as you are out of a, you know, something like a an Armour Limitless / Infraction or a Hawaii VTE, because it is a plastic chassis, but you'll get well over 100 out of it if you gear it all up and do it. I think Nick from Model Sport has been speed running one. If you don't want to spend silly money, yeah, it'll be good as a speed run car. Morks RC, bye-bye, going to go 10 a.m. 10, it's not 10 a.m. there in Sweden, is it? It can't be 10 a.m. I mean 10 p.m. surely. Oh, I was about to say, yeah, I mean 10 p.m. Master, evening. Working on a Techno that couldn't keep up. That's because I wasn't driving, Rob. You wait. This boys are both working this weekend, so it's going to be me behind the wheels of steel. No, this is a 35 or 32 degree. This is a 32 kilo servo with 180 degrees. Yes. It's not a 270. It's a 180. Well, it might be 90. I can't remember if it's 90 or 180. Can't remember. Can't remember if it's 180 or 190, or 180 or 90 rather.
Welcome to Noble. Signal lost. Signal lost.
Oh dear.
Signal lost.
No, it's not doing anything.
Signal lost.
That's the dodgy one. And what's this one suddenly start being dodgy on me?
Receiver voltage low. Receiver voltage low. Signal lost. Signal lost.
Why is it playing up now?
Signal lost.
Oh, killed it now.
Signal lost.
Shush! Oh, it's jammed in there. Gotcha. I'm guessing that needs to be able to go the other way. Needs to be able to go that way, I'm guessing. I'll put that there and there. See what happens now. I'm scared to turn it on now.
Signal lost. Signal lost.
Shush. Right, where's the lid? Right, let's see what happens.
Signal lost.
Sorry about the noise.
Signal lost.
Shush! I think we're okay now. I think we're okay. It's not messing about, you're moving the pot with the gears missing. Right. I think that's okay now though. Because I had that pin round the wrong side, so it was trying to hit this and jamming it. I think we're okay. I'll get some grease on that and then put it back together properly. Yes, this is thicker grease, but I'm presuming it's okay. It needs a little bit, doesn't it? That back on there. We screw these two down first, make sure it works. Right, it's working. Yay!
Signal lost.
Oh,
Shutting down.
Adam Wolfie knows why it keeps eating servos, because it's hungry. Is the remote saying signal loss? Yes, it is, because I keep turning off the car and turning it back on again. That remote would do my nutting. You can turn it off. On Jack's one, it's turned off. I like it on. It doesn't do it all the time. It's only obviously because I'm turning it on and off, on and off, on and off, and then it does become annoying. Yes, but you can turn it off talking. Oh, nice. What you got some nice lights on it, Adrian. Did they come with it, or you bought them afterwards? When we're going to see it then, Noah? You haven't been out for ages. You coming out this Sunday? I don't need spares, Rob. If this breaks, I've got the Typhoon. If that breaks, I've got the XRT, and I'll just drive over you with the XRT. No, the middle gear wasn't on upside down. Don't do that to me. You can only go in one way. You can only go in that way. You can't flip it and put it in the other way, so it has to go in that way. Stop trying to wind me up. More signal problems than O2, yeah, or 3G or whatever it is. Sky. I just want to make sure it works, so yeah, I do know what you mean, because I almost killed the gears doing that with the end gear on the wrong way round. How are you, Len? Are you doing well? You got them afterwards, nice. See you later, Adam. Take care, buddy. Are you going to be doing the Where's my screwdriver gone? I'm going mad. Am I going that old and senile that I now can't find my screwdriver with my 1.5mm bit on it? There it is, rolled under there. And I've lost one of these as well. That's handy, Harry. Wherever that went. Are you going to be doing the Q&A, Adam, that you mentioned you might do? You really did test that. It only fit one way we were watching. Yeah. And but if this servo goes, then it will be time to buy a proper servo. Or take the AGFRC one out of the XRT and put it in this, I don't know. As long as, if I get a decent servo, as long as I can rebuild it for not a stupid price, I don't mind too much. It's when you can't rebuild them and they cost money, and that's when it becomes slightly annoying. Make sure. Yes, it has to go in that way. I still smell that burnt plastic, or that burnt thing. Oh, it stinks. I don't know what I fried on it. Something fried good though. I want to do the interviews, I'm just nervous. Well, just do it. Do the first one, and then once you've done one, it'll be easy. Is it called Hardcore RC because you get the grease out every Friday night? Hopefully not. No, Callum named the channel, not me. Callum was the one that came up with the name, and I think it was off the back of his gaming YouTube channel that he had. And he had a clan called Hardcore. What was it? I don't know, he's not in here. He's got the up with me at the moment. That's Callum. Daddy wouldn't lend him some money. So I said, we're working now. Save up for it. Then he started wanting to sell his RC cars because he wants to get new PC parts. I went, he wants to sell his Macs. I said, okay. I said, but you're going to have to take the parts off that I put on it and paid for. Well, it's not worth selling then, is it? So, yeah, he's got a bit of the hump with me at the moment, which I can semi-understand, but it's a life lesson. When you want something, you know, save up for it. And he was going to pay me back, but again, it's more that save up for it, and you know, otherwise what'll happen is if you pay me back and then you go, oh, I've got no money, and you know, it's just better off saving up for it, in my opinion, rather than borrowing, because then you borrow more and then you borrow more and then you borrow more. And I know I got myself into debt doing it when I was younger. So I've learned to save up. If I want something, save up for it. Work hard, earn the money, save up for it, and then get it. Plus it always costs more if you do borrow money. You're quite right, Dan. Life isn't free. Kids, yeah. You've not been out, you coming out this weekend though, or have you got another excuse? You're just scared of losing, aren't you? Griffith, that's what, you know, it is a cruel world, and yeah, I could have lent him the money quite easily. I think Jack lent him the money in the end. You know, bless Jack. Because Cam's only just started working, so... no, my watch is 15 minutes fast, so it's 9:15. I always wanted 3 kids, and now I've got 2, I only want 1. Oh. So that goes there, that goes there. All that in, and then the only thing I don't like is when you've got these screws you have to tighten up, and you've got to put it on there, and then you can't get in to tighten the screws up. It becomes a little bit annoying, and you can't put it on beforehand because you don't know whether you're lined up properly or not. So that becomes a little bit, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Sorry. Yeah, so we tighten those top screws down. Fix the servo in there, and then we can still mess around, put it all together afterwards. And try and get that horn on before I put it all back in there properly. Watch it, Dave, it looks really nice. What looks really nice? Why can't you come out now? Come on. Get the train. Desperate, watch it, Dave, it looks really nice. I don't know. If you save for PC parts, by the time you've saved, they're half the price but surpass 3 times. Well, that was my view. It's if you know, the likelihood is the price of the parts is probably going to come down, or there's going to be something better out, and the part you wanted has gone down in prices anyway, or you can get something better for the price you were going to pay. He tried to sell it to me as an investment as well. Not quite sure what the investment was. He goes, "Do you want to invest in my PC?" And he's like, how is that an investment for me? Jay, evening. Oh, thank you, Noah. It was a 40th birthday present from my ma and pa. It's 15 years old now, this watch, believe it or not. Should be, Dan. I haven't booked yet because I need to confirm the days that the boys can do it, want to do it. So this year for me, unfortunately, the price has skyrocketed. I think last year for the family ticket, because Callum was only 16 last year, so he came under a child. Me, Jack and Callum, it was 80 quid for the weekend. This year, because we're all deemed adults, 195 quid. So it's a bit lumpy at the moment to be paying out that sort of money for that amount. Do plan to be there though. It's just a bit lumpy when you're doing three adults, unfortunately. PC parts, worst investment in the world. Yes, you're always chasing it. Chris, quick. Putting some Proline mashers on the Masher X on the XRT. Should I change the stock shock oil? Don't think you need to change stock shock oil. I mean, they're heavier tyres for sure. See how it goes. This is tag. I'll take the watch. Everyone's more interested in my watch. Look, okay, here you go. It's a Tag Accuracer. It was a birthday present from my ma and pa for my 40th. Can only afford dating, no camping there for me for January. Yeah, I'm not spending. No, I think the prices are fine if you're doing it as a family. But when it's, because Callum's flipped over to 17 now, it just, if I could buy the family ticket, it'd be fine. I'd do that now and I'll just book it and pay for it, and whatever days we went. But other than that, it's doing day tickets. The boys doing a day ticket, 30 quid each I think it is, and then me doing a full ticket, which I think is 65. So it's still 120 quid for one day each of them, and then the weekend, the whole 3 days for me. Whereas I think the family ticket for the weekend is, I forget what it is now, 100 quid, something like that. I just wish I could do the family ticket, that's all. Oh, the school's doing one at that racetrack. I might well be up for that, Chris, because I do need to get back out with the big rock. I've got a load of parts with the big rock to put on. We want to speed run it and see how fast it goes. Also got the Rolaro 1/14 scale. That's ready to speed run. I'll go and get that now so you guys can see it. And I need to pop. So you've got this little bad boy, 14th scale, all ready to go. We were going to do the speed run challenge, but we just didn't have the road to do it. So that's all built, ready to run, ready to roll, to do well over 100 miles an hour. Hoping to do about 110, 120 with that. And then similarly with the big rock, to do at least 110, possibly more with the big rock, or the road rock. So we do need to get back out speed running. I might well attend a roaster this year. I'm not the speedrunner though, the boys are the guys that do it, not me. I haven't got the balls for that. So again, a lot will depend on them. Or possibly a new location. Is that up, where do I find that, Chris? Is that up on the Scorch website? Or is it on Ross's site? Which site am I going to find that? I'm on so many groups, it's unbelievable that I just can't keep track of them all the time. And potentially ready next Wednesday, and I'll see what I can do for the Techno. These are bed bulkhead, but trying to save my money. A bed bulkhead? You don't drive it enough. Stop braking. Oh, is that when you did one jump with it, Noah, and broke it? Is that the one? Is that the last time you came out? You did one jump and broke it. Building a roll cage? What for, Jay? Is that for your Baja? Yeah, Ross have got 2 events on, haven't they? Wolverhamptonshire. It depends on the distance, Chris, as well. That's my biggest problem. That's got to weigh a ton, though, isn't it, Jay? Putting a full-blown roll cage on it. Isn't that going to add too much weight? Right. Right. Sorry for the annoying woman speaking again. We are centred. Are we fully centred? No, we're not. Center point. Sub trim. We're on 0 sub trim. Right.
Signal lost. Shutting down.
Shutting down. Shush. Still smells. It still smells. Absolutely stinks. I don't know what I fried in it. So that went. Right, that's that done. That's that done. So now we need to just. Did that up, silly boy. Silly boy Pike. Right, now we can get in there to tighten them up. Good job you got the 271 in there. I'm so tempted. That I'll tell you what, that new Taylor 35 V2 looks very good though. That is a tempting purchase as well. Depending on how much it comes out at, but that does look very tempting. But then again, I want the 40 as well. So you posted a video in the chat, okay. Bolognese and cheese sauce. Where are you getting that from, Griffey? Griffey, I hope you're eating healthy after your recent incident. Transmitter, it's this one. Flasco Noble.
Welcome to Noble.
It's not sure what.
Down.
It's not sure though. It could be male. It could be female. It could be they. It could be them. It could be it. An attack helicopter. It's not quite sure, to be quite honest with you. It needs to make its mind up. This is your Friday treat. Okay. Well, I hope you're doing well after your recent scare. And everything's all on the mend, Griffey. You're getting the V2 head for your 35 when it gets released. What are you going to do with the V1 head? No, don't. Ooh. Don't be a pain in the backside. Really, come on. Yeah, I dropped the screw, it's gone under the motor and now it keeps sticking to the motor magnet, so a little bit annoying to say the least. Right, I'm going to put that one in first this time. It's a woman. I don't know whether it is though. Although the way she keeps going on and on and on, could well be a woman. Still waiting to hear back on the scan. Okay. Don't think you can, Gary. I haven't looked into that. I think it's just it's a stock firmware. I don't know whether you can change it or not. So we'll have a play in a minute. I'll tell you what. We will have a play, see if we can change the. I don't think you can. I think it's just a stock voice. You don't get the options. I think you just get the options of turning it on or off. No such joy, no such things of, putting Darth Vader's voice or anything like that on it. It is. I take it to bed with me every night, Rob. It is my missus. Take it to bed every night with me. Give it a little cuddle. And it says, bye-bye, good night. It gets little kisses. Magnetic screwdriver set, yeah. Fatal, evening, how are you? Yes, I'm planning to, well, the plan is to do it, go racing with them, but it depends on when it is. The only car I have, because I'm not going out and spending a load of money, I'm not going out spending like 400 or 500 quid on a 1/10 race buggy, for something we don't do very often, so. I was just planning on going up and having a bit of a laugh and driving the Rolaro 1/12 car around there, the most expensive budget RC, that one was what I was planning on doing. Just mainly for a bit of a laugh, just meeting up with them. You can mute it, yes, Dan. I just like it turned on because it will say, it's not the only things it says, it will say battery low, it will say signal low, signal lost. There's lots of different things it says whilst you're using it. I don't know whether you can say which bits it says or which bits it doesn't say. Jack's has got his turned off, for example. On Jack's one, turn it on and off, it doesn't talk to you at all. Hi Free Range Human, just got in from the freezing cold running my new Lossy 5.2 little. Nice! What do you think of it? You having fun with it? Honest opinion, what do you think of a Lossy 5.2? I know Greg got one and he's pretty much stopped driving everything else apart from his Lossy 5.2 now. Yeah, the very first one that I had was on a PDA, and you had to buy it all gear, and you could change the voice, and I had Homer Simpson on there, I had Darth Vader on there, goodness knows what else. Yokomoto Y2Z for 2. Is the Yokomoto, is that a drift car or a race car, Fatal? I want to get the new. What should I get though? The new drift car, the MST MRX, or should I get the Super Forza GT? Loved it. It is just something else, isn't it? First gas car for you. One thing I will recommend doing is getting some, and I don't know whether Greg's fitted his yet, but get some axle extenders. You should be able to get them, depending on. You're in the States, aren't you? I think. If you go to someone like DDM or Detroit Motors, you should be able to get some axle extenders. There you go, Greg. True story. I want to take the Creighton 6S and turn it out, but I keep forgetting. 5T is just addicting, yeah. Jordan says, hi Dave, don't know if you remember me, but I've been up arc with you for the last 2 weeks and picked your spare servo last week. Yes, Jordan, how can I forget you? How can I forget you? Chris Arcegate, Dave, glad to catch the live. Made a video yesterday with the Mojave and about to post soon. Wasn't it damn cold out? Yes, it has been very cold out actually. How'd you go with the Mojave? Need to fit a servo and SC to my FXX and start. Nice. Yeah, I want to get an FX. I don't drift. I just like the cars. I want to get the MST because I think it looks the absolute DBs. with all the carbon chassis, top plate and everything else. It just looks the absolute nuts. I don't drive it, but I know I'll take it along and other people will drive it, and Callum will drive it, and Jack will drive it. So it's a lot of fun drifting. And I just like going along for the social side of it. A lot of the RC stuff for me now is that more the social over the driving. I do a bit of driving now. And the boys aren't out, and you know, we do a bit of racing around Arc, and I'm teaching all the guys there how to drive. You know, they can't seem to, you know, now they know why I don't drive much, because they can't keep up with me, so I've been giving them a chance. Yeah, always for the channel I just mess around, make out that I can't drive. Just adds a bit of excitement to the channel. Have you checked out the STT410 Great Little Bashes with a Proline body? I have. There's so many different cars I want to get, Stu. Oh, you've got an AGF Servo as well. Yeah, I've got an AGF for the XRT. Oh, we see. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, well. Okay, you splashed out. Which AGF one did you get, Jordan? Or did you get the last one from Cobra Distribution? Or did you get the one off of eBay, the 45 kilo one? I also need to service the disc and place the out drives with hardened steel ones I ordered to keep an eye on the drive pins. Yep. Yeah, it's all free range as well. One thing I will recommend you do, and that is check the diff oils and thicken them up, because otherwise you will chew through that front drive shaft pretty quickly. And I can't remember what I put in mine. I think I went 100 in the centre. I want to say 50 at the front and 30 at the rear, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But certainly thicken it up a bit, or did I go 3? I can't remember. Can't remember. That's one front engine rear drive chassis. You might even sit up for the circuit. Yeah. You're just scared. You're just scared for when I'm going round. You just know I'm going to beat you all. That's the thing. Right. Let's.
Welcome to Noble.
It seems to work. Thread lock dropping through there. Sub trim. If anyone didn't know what sub trim does, I've learnt this. So normally on a radio you've got your trim and then you've got the sub trim. If you do the adjustment in your sub trim, it keeps everything else centered. So when you're doing your endpoints, etc., you're doing centered endpoints. Whereas if you use the main trim, your endpoints will be way more one way than the other way. So always try and get your steering centered up using your sub trim rather than the main trim. Use the main trim if you need to adjust, obviously whilst you're driving, but other than that, use sub trim. Right. Check the end points now. Yeah, see that's hitting there. Yeah, it's way pulling over. It has got a twitch though. But I am going to need this servo. It has got a bit of a twitch. looks okay. And check that over there a bit, because it's just a little bit clicky over there. But apart from that, it looks okay.
Signal lost. Shutting down.
We'll get all that back in now. I'm going to have a look here, because just make sure that nothing's come loose over there, because it just seems to click over a bit there rather than being totally and utterly smooth. So I haven't checked this over for a while. We have got a bit of play there as well. So we'll check it over, make sure everything's tightened down. Just with the front engine dry yet. I just couldn't keep up because I didn't have the right tyres on. That was all it was. Now I've got the right tyres, you're in trouble. Also, ripper off the 4-foot ramp, did a few that did great, that, and the X-Max are most definitely 100% beast. Indeed they are. Stock drive pins in the centre drive shaft and the out drives are made of chocolate. Yeah, I'm buying new servos. The stock servos are junk. Yeah, okay, that 45, I was going to get that one, but the guy was away on holiday. I was going to put that in the XRT, but he was away on holiday for a week. So I couldn't get it, because that's quite a fast servo as well. Here you go, Greg's turn, yeah. I know what Greg would know. That's what I did, 60k front, 100k rear, 100k centre, 130k rear. It does run on, it runs on arc. Arc's been done up a bit, so it's a lot smoother, a lot better drive now. So we are, I wouldn't say racing, it's bash racing, you know, it's not competitive. It is competitive, but it's not competitive, if that makes sense. We just do it for a bit of a laugh. No, there's no winners, there's no losers, it's just mates having a bit of a race and a laugh is all it is. But yeah, it is on a track. We don't bash this. This is a techno. We've got bashing cars that we beat the snot out of, and this is not one that we beat the snot out of. We don't deem this to be a basher. You can make it a basher, but you need to spend some money on parts, get some M2C bits for it. So you can make it into a basher for sure, but it's not something we do. This might be where the drone hit it actually, killed my... Killed my sway bar. That's just spinning. They're going the other side. No, that didn't just happen. It did just happen. Oh, mate, you are having a laugh. Oh, there it is. Whew. You probably can't see what I'm doing there, can you there? Sorry. Just tighten up the sway bar, that was all. Right, catch up. I put Hobby Wing Max 6 X Max and Reese Raw 500 servo programmed the Beck voltage 7.4 man completely transformed the X Max and made the truck drive handle amazingly. Yep. Just a word of warning, I'm pretty sure I'm safe in saying, have a look at the price difference between a Reese Raw 500 and AGF 55. I'm pretty sure they're the same servo. So just a heads up, it's a money saving tip going forward. Or even Raz's Monster Servo, which is the same as a 55 kg AGF RC1. And they could both be cheaper than the Reese Raw one. So I just finished putting the new Armour V2 arms and turnbuckles on my 3S Big Rock. Ooh. Wow. That's an interesting move, Just Jake. I hadn't thought about doing that. No, there's no gyro on this. No gyro. I think it's just the servo's playing up. It needs. I do need to get a new servo, so I might end up getting that AGF RC 45 kilo one. On some of the end bind points, alter with droops slightly. How do the buggies get round? What arc? They get round good, Noah. Alfie, how are you? We should start some proper racing by April, so you'll be able to show us all how it's done then. There's just no point. You're just all going to get beat. You're just going to get beat. But you're running, even with you guys running your XR Pro, Max 8 XR Pro sensor, bloody fancy power systems and everything, you still won't beat me. Yeah, if you can give us a thumbs up, please, guys. Much appreciated. I don't know how many thumbs up we've got. I can't see on here. It's 48 watching now. Right. Let's get all this gubbins back in. So I want to get a better buggy as well than the. I don't mind the TLR, but it's not a. You know, everyone goes, oh, it's a race buggy, it's a race buggy. It's not. I drove Mark's MP10 and the difference was just, it was just chalk and cheese different. I mean, it was so easy to drive round the MP10 in comparison to the Typhon, whereas with the Typhon you're fighting it all the time. You're having to predict everything and get ready to corrections as you go into the corner, corrections as you come out the corner. But Mark's MP10 was just, it was on rails. It was a joy to drive. Now, whether that's because it's set up better, don't know. I mean, obviously the Typhon, we just run it stock out the box, basically. But a huge difference. So anyone that sits there and says, oh, the Typhon is a racing buggy, it's not. I'm sorry, but it's just not. And again, if I'm driving the Techno, the difference between the Techno and the TLR is just, again, chalk and cheese. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Typhon TLR is a nice car. I'm not saying it's not. If I had the choice between a normal Typhon and a TLR Typhon, I'd get the TLR and I'd get the roller. I wouldn't get the RTR because it comes with those trash Spectrum electrics. And for pretty much the same price, you can probably put far better electrics in it. worried about taking them into town, don't want to shake itself a bit. No, I think I drove Mark's MP10, it was lovely. Bob's RC, how are you? Not with that wheel slop. Truggers get round lovely, Rob, you do a smashing job on the track, yet. I have both the MP10 kits, truggy and buggy. Nice, Bob, yeah, I think Mark's just bought the truggy as well, and I think he's just bought, well, he's got the electric truggy, and I think he's just bought a nitro truggy as well. Have you ever go on my VSE? Yep, I'll have a go at that. I don't mind trying them all, see what they're like. I didn't try to find my TLR on a clay track, it's meh, and I fully agree, it's not a race buggy. It's not. And all the people, you know, the Armour fanboys will sit there and go, ugh. So you're saying if you're not racing the TLR, it's more fun to hooligan with? Yes, it's a good bashed buggy, in my opinion. It's never going to keep up with a Techno EB, a MP10, a Koyashi MP10 rather, you know, an X-Ray, a proper TLR, etc, etc, etc. It's just never going to keep up with them around the track. You've got no chance. Need to tighten up there. Don't know. Try that. Might just need new balls in there. It has been driven quite hard, this one. This poor little buggy, truggy rather, has been driven quite hard for quite a long time. I was going to have a look at that servo saver, wasn't I? As well, didn't do that. That was a bit. There's something binding there. I think it's on the servo order. That's my way to find out. Take this bit off again. Oh, I'll take a spare servo. I'll take that 35 kilo servo with me. If it comes undone, it comes undone. If it breaks, I'll fix it there. It's not like it's only taken me longer because I had to change the gears, but if I'm not changing gears, it didn't actually take that long to change this servo.
Welcome to Noble. Signal lost.
Oh shush. Happy with that. Let's have a quick look at that servo saver. Someone said you've got to back it right off. And I didn't bother looking at that before I did it. And I'll just take all that and put it all back in there. Slightly annoying. I'll back that off tomorrow, I can't be bothered today. I think we'll call that a day on this, and then I will sort that out. I'll sort the servo saver out tomorrow. I will give one tip, and that is if you buy Schumacher stuff, don't buy the pre-glued wheels because they're trash. And that wasn't hard, silly bashing at all or anything else like that. Other people, 3 people had these at the weekend, 3 people broke them. First outing, absolute biggest pile of poop is the pre-glued wheels from Schumacher. These things are junk, absolute junk. So I baked them off, got the tyres off, and put them on some better quality wheels. So hopefully they'll hold up. Teach the boys how to drive.
Shutting down.
See you later, Noah. Take care, buddy. Chevy, evening. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like our videos. Get a lot of people saying that at the moment, which is really, really uplifting, actually. Sharma, in the Bahamas, very nice. Yes, he is showing. Well, it's the FTX Super Forza GT, but yes, he is. He gets them free from FTX, although FTX aren't talking to me at the moment because I've asked them about the new. You guys are very lucky because in the USA you're just about to get a lot of FS racing, nice cars being shipped and sold by Kimberley. And they've got the new DR8 2, version 2 as well, which looks very nice. So you guys are very, very lucky. Those cars are coming your way, thanks to Kimberley. Okay, Chris, enjoy your day at work. Anyone know if 40% sub trim is too much? It depends. I mean, I've just put 52 on that sub trim. I think it was. I put 52 on. It depends. I mean, you're going to be, you know, it depends on how it's all lined up to where it all fits. If it goes too far, then obviously you need to recenter up and move the servo horn back on a better way. Giving up with armours, yeah, I'll be honest with you, unless I'm going to come out with something stonking, there's not another new armour I think I'm going to get. You need to finish an X-ray F1 car too, yes you do. Just throw some hoods on it and mess around, there is that, you can do that with it, Greg. For a premium basher buggy, I'd choose a Biohyper VS2 over any Typhon. I'm not going to disagree with you, Samba, actually. I've seen Rob's Hyper and he beats the snot out of that. I heard that Tommy RC that you will also be racing against Kev. Is that true and can you beat him? Marcus Law, I hope to be. It depends when it is, where it is. I know where it is. It depends on when it is because it's not near me. And I'll be brutally honest with you, we won't be racing them with their expensive cars because we don't do carpet racing anywhere near us. So I'm not spending £500 on a on a 1/10 race buggy. It's just not economically viable for me to do it. I drive it once or twice and that'll be it. So if we do it, we'll be racing them with that. So the likelihood of us beating them, unfortunately, is slim to none. But you never know. If Callum can make it, it depends. Again, Callum's working. So if Callum's working, it's just me. I'll probably, it depends on when it is at the time. If I can get Callum or Jack, well, Jack will just break this. If I can get Callum to do it and drive, then yeah, he might have a chance, but he might not want to drive this. Tommy has offered to lend me a car as well, and Fatal's offered to lend us a car here. I don't want to say yes to that though. Two reasons for that is because I don't know, I'm not sure the date's been set yet, and depending on when it is, it will depend on whether I can make it or not. So, because they're not next door to me. It's probably a good two hour plus drive. If I've got to pick the boys up, then it'll be a 3-hour drive there. So, and if it's at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night or something like that, then it just makes it impossible. If it's 7 o'clock on a Friday night, it makes it a bit easier, depending on if the boys are working or not. And what time they're going to be getting home from work for me to go and pick them up. I'll probably have to take a half day. So a lot of it depends on multiple factors as to whether I do it or not, whether we do it. So here we've got the spare parts for the Aralo, and unfortunately I did buy the WO Toys parts for this, but they don't fit. And the reason they don't fit is because these stub axles are actually, I think they're 5mm. So these are thicker, so they don't go through these. The WO Toys ones are sloppy, will slop around in there. So, and the bearing sizes are different. It was just too much hassle to. It's just easier to buy them from the original ones from Aralo, and you get them all with the. They come with all the ball joints on and the bearings in, and goodness knows what else. So they're a bit pricey when you just broken one. But I've got some spares now. Any cool parts on the DRA V2? Well, it comes with, now let me think, there's 5 changes. So it comes with the new push button ESC rather than the switch, so the new push button Hobby Wing ESC is one of the changes. It comes with ribs in the rear of the chassis. It comes with a rear metal hinge pin brace instead of plastic as standard. I'm trying to remember the other 2 changes off the top of my head, but they're all good. They're all good upgrades. What the price is, I don't know. But there's also in the US, I believe you're also going to be getting the option. And I've asked FTX if they're going to be doing them in the UK. My email conversation with FTX didn't go too well. I don't know why. I asked them about the V2 DR8 and they said it was already out and gave me a product code for the red one. Well, that's not the V2. And they said there was no changes. It was just a different colour, which is not, because there's 5 changes. I also asked them because there is going to be a buggy, a truggy and 2 monster trucks based on the DR8 platform, made by, because they're not made by FTX, so they're just rebranded by FTX. FS Racing rebrand them and really rebrand them for them. So whoever the OEM is, I don't know, but they have produced a buggy, a truggy and 2 monster trucks based on the DR8 platform. I was hoping FTX would release them in the UK. They're saying they're not going to, which is a real shame because I think a DR8 based truggy and a DR8 based buggy would be absolutely awesome. And I think they sell like hotcakes if the price is right. Hyper VS is okay, but the Hyper VS2 is quality. Okay. I bought her by a GT. What ESC and motor would you recommend? Just for general bashing, probably go with them if that's 1/8 scale, go with the Max 8 if it's general bashing. If you want to race it and you're not getting wet, you've got to go XR8 Pro. Or you know the new Max 8 G2 with the sensors gives you a bit more control and options. Oh, what RC do I want that I don't own? Very good question. Definitely the MST MRX, even though I don't drift. I definitely want that just to build it. I want the Super Forza GT as well. In fact, I messaged the boys today saying Super Forza GT or MRX GT. I don't think we can afford both just at this moment after just buying the XRT. I'd like an FFX front motor drift car as well. What else would I like? I'd like to put a 40cc engine in one of the losses. Lots of things I'd like to do, but it's all to do with money at the end of the day. And if I can sell my Kronos XTR, that would help fund a few bits. If I can sell the Kronos XTR, Alice is in here, wink wink nudge nudge, that would probably help pay for one of the two, help fund towards one of the two cars I want to get. I'm good, Wayne. How are you? How's your sciatica, mate? The Desert Star. I do like the Desert Star, yes. Alfie, I 100% agree with you. With the LED lights and everything else like that, the cage on them, the way they look, everything else. I've always liked that, you know. I've liked the DBXL, I've liked the Super Rock Ray, I've liked the, oh God, the Laser Nut, etc. I've always liked that style of buggy. Some worthwhile irritant improvement, but certainly not enough to consider selling your direct to upgrade tomorrow. No, I don't think so. In fact, should we go? I will take you in to the other room and we'll have a look at the confirmed upgrades for it. If you've already got one, it's not worth buying a new one, but the reason FTX may be being a bit sly with me on it is because they know it's coming, but they don't want me to know it's coming. I sent them a follow-up email and they've ignored that email. It could well be because they don't want to have people stop buying the V1 and then bring the V2 out. So, aluminium hinge pin holder on the back, push button switch for the ESC, reinforced chassis with ribbons in the back, a new radio with a new receiver, and lights operated from the remote. So you'll be able to turn the lights on and off from the remote. So there are the 5 changes on it. As I said, Kimberly Von from the 100% Basher Queen, she's going to be distributing them and selling them in the USA. So if we go to the FL, I will come back to fix the rest of that in a minute. And the pictures also show it has a 2000 kV motor. Come on, my internet's playing out. It's not slow because I've got full fibre. It just seems to be slow pulling stuff down to start off with for some reason. So in the USA, it's going to be FS Racing Atom 6S. So that's the ouch, that hurts. So that is a proper hobby wing WP 8BL 150 with a push button. So there it says 2200 kV. So where it's there, it says 2000 kV. But on the back there, it says 2200. So I don't know on that. I said new radio, new receiver. You'll be able to turn the lights on there. It's not showing the ribs or anything on the chassis. So it looks pretty good. And then you've got the 6S truggy. Come on, up you come. Not sure of the body, but yeah, that's based on the DR8 as well. And you got the buggy, again based on the DR8. And I think, you know, the way the DR8 handles and everything and the speed it's got, I think these will be fantastic cars. And I just don't know why FTX are not going to do them and why they've ghosted me at the moment. Totally and utterly ghosted me. And Tomley didn't know anything about a DR8 V2 either, so who knows. It is definitely coming though. I know 100% there is a V2 version. But they seem to be ghosting me. And I'm guessing because they don't want... They want to shift all the V1s before they release the V2. Which, you know, from a business point of view, I can understand. They don't know me from Adam, but, you know, it'd be nice if they didn't ghost me. So, yeah, if we do end up doing the race, unless somebody's there that will lend us a car, we'll be racing with this, so we won't be competing. That's a given. But it's more about having a bit of a laugh than anything else. Something small and thin to get in there. I thought this would do it. There we go. And yet, no, I won't be putting something that small and thin in there. Cheeky. I know what you were all thinking. Not that small and thin. You know, in one way, it makes me not want to support FTX and do reviews of their cars for free. Well, not for free. We do, obviously, we ultimately earn money and we have a bit of a laugh with them. But, you know, it does make you then start thinking, why am I promoting their products for free when they just want to ghost me? You know, I'll happily turn, you know, if they came back to me and said, look, yes, there is going to be a V2 DR8. We'd like it if you kept it quiet for the minute until we can, you know, because we need to clear out the old stock, then, you know, would I keep quiet? I probably wouldn't advertise it publicly, but if somebody contacted me and said I was looking to buy, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to sit there and leg over my subscribers, I'm not. So if someone said, oh, I'm thinking about getting a DR8, I'd turn around to them and say, wait for the V2. It's coming and it's just a matter of time. Now, I don't know what the price will be. It might be a huge price hike, in which case I'd say, well, get the existing one now. Because the new one's going to be way more expensive and you're not getting that much more. Whoa, who's just done that? Free range, thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you. You didn't need to do that, but thank you. It touches me when people do that, more than you know. Some worthwhile works in improving, but not certainly not, no. I've got a fully modded Hyper VS Nitro, alloy hubs, carbon parts, real fun RC. Wow, nice. How are you, Craig? You've changed your logo, haven't you, or your avatar? Didn't recognise you for a minute. I don't think anyone. I have thought about doing some shorts of me doing shuffle dancing and doing some skip, some roping stuff, etc. We no battery. And some roping stuff, some skipping, but I don't think people want to see that. And I don't know, you probably didn't see, so I'm going to say that again. So, Free Range Human, thank you very much for the donations. I don't know whether it came out last time, I might have been frozen, so really much appreciated. Thank you very much. You didn't need to do it, but it is much, much, much appreciated, so thank you. Should have never given you the Chinese links, no. I would have found them anyway, Griffey. You will be able to get them on, I don't know whether you'll get them on Amazon or not, Sean. I don't know. I don't know whether Kimberly's got the sole rights to distribution in the US. But my view is support Kimberly. I don't know. I'm presuming she might sell them from her eBay store. She might be putting them on Amazon. She's going to let me know when she's got them and when she's going to be selling them. But it is very imminently. Yeah, it's back. Yeah, just stupid me not playing catch up, and I didn't put it on charge this time. Move your dampers to the innermost holes of the uppers. What, on this? What, on that? Move them all the way in? What is that? That's okay. Free range. It's my pleasure to do that. I'm just not doing it as much as I want to at the moment. The weather's been horrible. I had some health issues with my neck. Now I've busted a rib. Obviously the boys are working. They're working this weekend, so they won't be out. So I've got 2 videos. Well, I've technically got 3 left at the moment in the bank. I've got the XRT with the new servo in it. I've got the Lossy with the OBR engine in it to do. That's going to be that could be a work because doing all the fitting on it. And I'm not happy with the running. I want to get a better running video of that. And then I've got more of a vlog type thing where we went out for a day with the big petrol cars. So I don't know which one to do next. Might just do a vlog one just as a filler because there's so much more I want to do, but it's just, you know, when the boys are out and when the weather's good. I'll give you more grip through corners and more Xing. Oh, what, this bit up here, Griffey? Move these into the inner bit here? Or you're talking about here? Because that'll give, I don't know. Not that we're going to win at racing anyway. But this is that one, and then the other one we got obviously was, what did I do with it? Where did I put it? And that's a little 14th scale one. They are nice cars, I just think they're too expensive for what they are. And you can see I had to put, it was either the front or the rear, I had to put different shocks on, a different colour, because we beat the snot out of this before we went speed running with it. We'd broken all the shocks. So yeah, it's my fault. Oh, there's my ribs. top of the damper to inner hole, bottom to outer hole if you can. Okay, I'll have a look at that. It's on the outer hole at the bottom, I'll move it to the inner hole at the top. I won't do that tonight though. I want to come RC bashing with a group of people this year, but nobody near me. I know. Well, whereabouts are you, Charlie? Hello, Jean, how are you? That little RC will be as fast as anything on a carpet track, just needs lowering a little. Okay. Well, it's got, pretty sure it's got droop screws on it. Well, it's got the holes for the droop screws. So I can lower it a bit. It's got holes for droop screws. It's quite a nicely set up car because, as I said, it's got the sway bars. It's got the holes for the droop screws, but there's no screws in there at the moment. I can put those in. It's got the composite carbon chassis. It's not 100% carbon, it's got a composite centre but carbon weave. It's not a bad little car. Probably needs a better ESC and motoring and everything, but as cars go, it's just, I just think it's too expensive. But the price it was for the pre-sale is bargain. The discounted price, it wasn't too bad, depending on if you got hit with the tax or not. But at full price, I just think it's too much. There's nothing wrong with the car. I just think at full price, it costs a bit too much. I need to sort that out as well, because that's a bit... We've done something there and twisted that. But again, I won't bother with that now, because ribs are killing me. I need to go and sit down. How do I hurt my ribs? Playing a silly game called Floorball on a Monday night. I used to play... Let me wash my hands, we go and sit down. So, in my younger years, believe it or not, I used to play ice hockey / street hockey, or street hockey / ice hockey. And I need to put some power on or we're going to lose you. Powering you up. And I bumped into some of the guys I used to play with 6 months or so ago. They said they just started playing a game called Floorball, which is just indoor in a sports hall, bit of a laugh, nothing serious. Just to try and get some fitness done, etc, etc. So I started playing that, but on the Monday before, I pulled my sciatic nerve, which is a bit silly of me. I really shouldn't have played last Monday, just gone, but I went along and I just mainly played in gold, wasn't running around much until the end, and then I came out and I was facing the wall and someone nudged me from behind and I went splat into the wall like that and just down this side, and I just felt them go, but I've busted them. That's the third time in 3 years I've done them. So it's not something new, there's just a weakness there now. It's a bit uncomfortable to say the least. But it is life, you know. So introducing promo price was, the promo price at $149 was an absolute bargain. So I think that worked out to be about £120 roughly. So you didn't get hit with any import VAT. It was an absolute steal at that price. Funnily enough, I only sold one at that price. Since my video's gone, 9 other people have bought to them. You get 20% discount with my code, but even then, depending on where you get it from. And it's not that I've said people should go out and buy it. In my video, I was quite plain and said I think it's too expensive. But 9 people went out and bought it. So you want to aim for arms to be level when sat on the table, or you will grip roll all the time. Okay, Craig, thank you for that tip. Any tips I can get to at least keep up with the guys? I can't call it an Amarillo. I have to call it a Aralo, because Amarillo is, I don't know how Amarillo and Aralo, they're one and the same, but her link, I'm pretty sure, I don't know whether she's going to be doing it on via the website. What I will be doing is once she has them, I will be putting a link on our community page that she has them, because I think, you know, that DR8, a lot of people in America have been saying, oh, I need to get the DR8, need to get the DR8, and they haven't been able to, and it's difficult for me to go back and say, oh, well, you need to look for the FS Racing Atom, and nobody seems to sell it. And then you've got obviously the new street car, the GT car coming out. She's going to be having that. She hopes to have them. Where is it? She's going to be getting them directly from SS Racing and hopes to have them soon. I said, good there. Let me know once you're up and running and I will post on the community page. She said, thank you, Mr. Lee. So hopefully not too distant future. Yeah, it's a 3D printed one for us, but we did it because Aralo did a speedrun competition. We knew we would never win it, but if you got into the top 10, you then won one of their anniversary cars, their special cars, which is again same as 14th scale, but it came with a nice box like that with nice wheels and everything else like that. So I just wanted to get into the top 10, but unfortunately, because we beat the snot out of it for our video, it put me behind. I was playing catch up, trying to get everything sorted because we broke a few parts that I then had to replace, which then meant we didn't have the time, and the only time we could get, and the only place we could do it was we had one Sunday where we could get a couple of runs in at the car park. We got it up to, I think, 90 miles an hour. I was hoping that would be enough to get us into the top 10. As it turns out, it wasn't, so I didn't post a video of it. I didn't do any of the videos on main channel because I didn't want to bore you guys with a 20-second speedrun video, which had to be shot all in one, no editing of it and anything else like that. So I did it on one of my other, just my own little channel, which doesn't have any videos on it apart from test videos and stuff like that. So I sent them a link on that. But I didn't do that because as I was watching people posting their speeds, I think we came back 12th overall in it. It was just annoying that we just didn't get to find anywhere to run it. That car would have done more. We just needed to gear it up with the motor that's got in there, the ESC it's got in there. I've taken the motor out of the drag cart. No. Or did I? I can't remember whether I did or not. I can't remember what we run it. Did I run it with a drag car motor in there, or I think I did, but I don't think we ran it on 3S with that in there. I think we just run it 2S. Or did we run it with a different motor? Oh, okay, anyway, but then I've now done Mod 1 gear on it, and goodness knows what else. Anyway, does it hurt to breathe? Not too bad. It does hurt if I breathe in deep, and it hurts a lot if I cough or sneeze. So if I'm just sitting here doing this, it's not too bad. It hurts a lot when I lay down. I have to be careful laying down, and trying to get up is a pain in the backside. So yeah, I like it. It's a bit hard for me to see here. I'll have to go onto your main channel to have a look at it. Not with the other car behind their wheels. And again, I won't be spending a lot of money on wheels. We'll just be running on foams. 129.59 shipped and total for me. Yeah, absolute bargain. I agree for you. I think they should do a 1/8 scale XRT instead of the sledge. Base it off the max, definitely. What would you go for? Mod 1.5 belt drive. I'm liking the look of the belt. Martin runs his on a belt drive, and I think it looks really smooth and really good. I've seen one person run on Mod 1.5s. I think on Mod 1.5s you're still going to break them. Just the way the X-Max is set up and the flex from the front and the rear. I just think you're still going to chew gears, whereas the belt drive, I don't think you will chew the gears because you're not meshing anything. You're not putting out a mesh. If you do flex, you just lose a bit on the belt and it will just pull back as soon as you come back again. I don't think the belt's too big to jump off. My preference would probably go to belt, personally. But try to see him contact Martin, have a word with Martin Crease. He runs a belt on his. That's allowed a non-painful side pillow both legs, yeah. It's yeah, so I've got a bit of problem with my sciatic nerve back here, where I pulled it, and then I've got a problem with the ribs. I can be walking a bit like an invalid, especially in the morning when I wake up. I am proper invalided. When I get up in the mornings, it's like, oh, and I get in and have a nice hot shower, and I get all my bones, my muscles moving. And do it that way. Yeah, not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. Right. I think on that note, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go and take some ibuprofen. One XRT at Arc would be good, I think. Now he's done the track up at Arc, it's not too bad. XRTs are allowed around it now, the big ones, so that's good. We're working on him to get the losses back out there. Whether that'll ever happen or not, I don't know. I hope it does happen because there's so much fun driving those losses around that track. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me again tonight. If you haven't given me a thumbs up before you go, if you could give me a thumbs up, be much appreciated. We will take care, and we will, for the people that are on here that I see on a Sunday, I will see you on Sunday. Ready for you all to lose, because you've got no chance. Ugh. But again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the donation. Free range. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Take care. Stay safe, everybody. And have a great weekend. And enjoy yourself. Oh, Jeremy, I'm just going, mate. Sorry, so you just come on. I'll say hello and I'll say goodbye. Take care. I'll see you next week. Let's see if I break anything. I should be around next week. If it's good action going on Sunday with a bit of racing, I might do a live on Sunday for Mark. How about that? So keep an eye out for it. I haven't done a live driving around for a while now. So I might do a live and you can see the quality of my driving. You can see I'm not BSing. I'll be whipping the floor with all of them. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.